Hello and happy gaming, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and if you can't tell by the idea that we're using the Hope Robe, I had no idea what I was putting together today. It's not that I don't have ideas, it's that I haven't finalized them yet. And plus, there was something else that was kind of eating at my thoughts today, so I thought I would go with something a bit more generalized. So, we've got ourselves Severing Slash, Chaotic Rift, the Razor Petals, and good old Blurring Falconry. The idea is to kind of go with a kind of semi-critical hit build. And I wanted to do that because, frankly, I want to do it this way because I didn't want to overdo the Awe Robe. I suppose I could use Shift, but I've already made my decision. I kind of like the general purpose nature of the Hope Robe, and this way if I find things that benefit from just a little bit of an attack power boost, I've got that going for me too. I don't see anything there I really want. Well, this is interesting. But no Atlas, so hey, you know what? No big deal. So we've got ourselves a fine run here. It's just going to be a matter of how we put everything together. Get out of here. No one likes your lightning summoning ways. Wannabe electric shaman. There we go. Around and around and around she goes. See, but unlike the other her, I don't stop. Wait, you're a girl? Shut up. That's not what I meant. I like the idea of the Mercury Sandals. A little bit of swift repositioning can be quite effective. But I also want to see what's available in Iris's shop, so... Hey, I'm dumb! Yeah, we knew that already. Oh, hey. No, oh, you know what? That works. I don't need to knock him into a pit. He's frail enough as is. Don't know if I want to take that. I suppose I'll just kind of wait and see if I mean, to be fair, 10% isn't a huge amount. I mean, fact of the matter is I'll probably end up taking it. But I want to make sure that I'm not making any huge mistakes here. That's why I'm waiting. Because if I end up going to the next floor and I don't have at least one of my starting Arcana, I should say either Severing Slash or Razor Petals upgraded, then I'm putting myself at a disadvantage for no good reason. And that, to me, is unacceptable. I mean, hi, you guys don't have to move at all if you don't want. I'm okay with that. Alright, so another thing I'm noticing is that our build is very good at charging up our signature meter. A fact that I have no issue with. Alright, give me the sandals. Where are we going? We don't know, and we should have taken a portal to get there. You should have taken a portal to get somewhere you didn't know about? Alright, I see the problem with the logic now. Yay, that got a little repetitive, but hey, it got done. Oh, hello. We have presents! What kind of presents do we have? Presents that, as of right now, actually Sturdy Wooden Easel can get the job done. I'll take the Fiery Paintbrush, but... Okay, well, that pretty much solidifies we are going to be taking the luxury handbag for sure. There we go. So now Final Strike is larger. We have a third charge to throw out our spinning shuriken of Flowery Doom. Yep, that solidifies it. Come back here, give me the luxury handbag. Now we're golden. Hey, you gotta get out of here. I'm not here to entertain you, you jerk. Build almost feels primal. It's like the whole goal of it is just keep hitting them over and over and over again. All of the damage. It's like there's an elegance to a power build where you only hit them once or twice and you go, yeah, I know I'm in control here. This build, it almost feels like, oh, keep going! Keep going! We have to hit him again! Oh, hello, exit. That was quick. But I'm not a speedrunner of this game, so we go this way. I like exploring. I like finding things. Oh, what? You thought you were gonna hit me? You silly Billy. And there we go. So, over the last couple of days, we've seen a couple of interesting things happen in the world of gaming. One of them was an announcement that was made just today. The other was the release of The Last of Us 2, and I don't necessarily want to use these videos just to springboard into my thoughts. By all rights, I should just, you know, make a video detailing in a little bit more robust of a fashion my feelings on both of these things. But this seems like a good place to at least start a bit of a discussion. Whoa, okay. Hey, okay, stop. You, what do I have that I can give you? This, for sure. I know, it's not bad at all. There are some relics that he pays quite a premium for. It's just, a lot of them he'll just give you a generalized amount and say, it's not bad. So what that's telling me is that as far as his opinion on the relics are concerned, there's a lot of relics that are good, that are in the middle, at least as far as a rating is concerned. You've got a lot of relics that are good, or you got a few relics that are good, a few relics that are bad, and a lot just in the middle. Alright. Okay, I'm highly confused by that. But, you know, critical damage boost, yes please. It's starting to look pretty promising now. So let's just real quick go over some of my thoughts on The Last of Us 2, because that's probably one of the big things that's happened over the last few days, and it once again highlights the big difference between what the consumers think and what the critics think. So the consumers think that what we have here is essentially a petty tale of revenge that takes characters that were beloved to the series and essentially mires them down to nothing more than essentially names on a chalkboard to get what they have coming to them. Now, not everyone thinks this, of course, but that is the general feeling of the public in general, and you know, for what it's worth, I can't blame them. There we go. Alright, I just want to make sure that counter rogue goes down here. Yeah, buddy. You don't know who you're messing with. And I suppose, yes, I have to play the Tabi. Say between that and sturdy wooden easel, we've got ourselves a solid defense base. Now we just need to increase our offense. It should come as no surprise, of course, that the critics are giving it endless 9.5s, 9s, 10s. They're saying it's a masterpiece of game design, right down to someone going out of their way to call it the Schindler's List of games, where everything else is John Wick. Which to me is a little bit insulting, not just to Schindler's List, because that is a filmmaker's darling right there. So I don't know, that requires some unpacking, but the fact of the matter is, not only is it insulting to Schindler's List being compared to essentially a petty tale of revenge, but what are you, Volt Pinball? Yeah, we'll take it. But it's also a little insulting to John Wick, because that isn't necessarily 100% mindless entertainment. I wonder if I can just shortcut. I can. I just broke that challenge's heart. Ooh, Jade's Chakra Locket. Okay, so I said that we already had plenty of defense, but hey, you know what? Sometimes you just can't get enough. Hey, forget about it. It doesn't even make sense in the context. Hey, who cares? Ooh, I'm liking this build. Oh, there's a gap there. I got really confused when I was like, why aren't I crossing this ground? Oh, there's no ground there. That might be why. But anyway, as I was saying, there's plenty of people that like John Wick, and it's not just because, oh, gunplay, it's an action movie. There's a lot to unpack in John Wick. There's actual, genuine storytelling and characters, things people like. Shit, that movie gave Keanu Reeves a new lease on his career, if you ask me. I don't think it's fair to just be like, I don't think it's... Actually, I can't take Alchemist Stone because I want... Oh, you think you're so special, huh? That's what I think of you. So to me, it's just it's a little insulting to essentially call John Wick mindless. But I also think, I mean, it's also to me very clear that it was going a little too far to call The Last of Us 2 Schindler's List. I mean, that's a bad take that Jeff Kanata is never going to get over. But we all know why they're making it, and I think what we're really looking at here is the idea that most reviewers are not serving the public like they should be. Most reviewers are basically kissing Sony and Naughty Dog's ass because they want to continue to get their special privileges. And that's what we're really looking at here, is just the idea that... Ow. The idea that I'm not being careful enough when a knight comes up to hit me in the back of the head with a big metal stick. You know, like 3 or 4 times apparently. There we go. That's what you get, mate. Anything good here? Not really. Okay. Maybe let's go smash her stuff. Not because I hate her or anything, but because 1, she's going to use the mending spell to put it back together anyway, and 2, in case there's any sweet, sweet coin. Oh yes. There wasn't, so it was just kind of a waste of time, but, you know, never hurts to look. There we go. We'll take that just for a little extra money. But it's absolutely no surprise to me that the media is giving The Last of Us 2 these perfect grades and saying that it's a temporal masterpiece. I don't necessarily agree with that. I actually have been following The Last of Us 2 for a good little bit, and the story looks like contrived garbage, honestly. I don't know, agree with me, disagree with me, that's not necessarily the point. I'm not trying to win over hearts and minds, I'm just going over what I think. But more importantly, what we've really got here is, well, I've already said it, it's shill media shilling. We've got the media going, oh my god, it's so beautiful and perfect, oh my goodness, you guys, like, totally. And then everyone else going, yeah, it's not really that good, what are you talking about? And that's kind of the big controversy there, and I don't know, I look at it and go, yeah, this is actually really stupid. Like, I can't say that I'm a big fan of what they did with Joel and Ellie in The Last of Us 2. The Last of Us 1, it was masterfully written, the characters went through and faced a lot of hardship, a lot of trial. Like, they actually grew as characters because of outside events. Now in this game, what we've now basically got is certain characters going, I don't like you, and then another character going, but I don't like you for not liking them, so, And then in the end, it's like, I still don't like you, but I'm gonna act like I've learned a lesson and let you live. It's like, why? This person took everything from you, and you're just gonna be like, fuck it. But also, sorry, there's too much to unpack, and the fact of the matter is, I'm not even really all that interested. Like I said, the game to me was... The gameplay is one thing. Yeah, if you like that sort of gameplay, cool, have at it. But I think most of us will agree that The Last of Us was something that was built upon its writing, upon its story, upon its characters. And with those characters, what do we got here? Horned Halo, Lastborn's Gauntlet, Ancient Bane. The mini person verbal guard attack and stun nearby enemies, but I recover slower from attacks. No. That might be good for a Fueled Berserk run, which I'm long overdue to give a second shot. And Spiked Emer, okay, yeah. So, what we have here is a game where the gameplay is, it's nothing outside of your normal stealth gameplay. But then you look at its story and you go, huh, that was actually kind of insulting. And when the story is what a lot of people's opinions on The Last of Us are built around, and that's what you screwed up, you know, the story, the characters, when you screwed that up, well, now you've just created more problems for yourself. So anyway, that's kind of my thoughts on The Last of Us 2. Like I said, it's very short form. If you guys want me to do a longer form video talking about my feelings on The Last of Us 2, I will. But don't expect it to stray too far from what other people have already said. I looked pretty heavily into this, and I don't know, I'm not seeing my mind change at all. If one of you has a point to bring up, whoa, where did you come from? Sir, I don't appreciate that. Also, I can't open that chest. I have neither water nor fire at my disposal. I feel like I've been hoodwinked. I can get water. I cannot get fire. Unless... Unless there's something on the ground that I've missed. Yeah, there isn't. Or unless I get something out of a treasure chest. I don't know, we'll see, but I'm going to finish mapping out this floor just for resources, and then we're calling it good and fighting the mini-boss. There we go. But then on the other side of things, there's the other thing that's happened within the gaming community, which is we finally know the identity of the next arm of not the next arms fighter, but the arms fighter that's coming to Smash. And what we've got is Min Min. Now, those of you who haven't played ARMS, allow me to go into a little bit of detail. Min Min is a character in ARMS that she represents the, as silly as it sounds, the Nintendo Ramen House. I see what you did there, Nintendo. You know what? I'm gonna take this. Sir, I'd like you to please go away now and never come back. I love razor pedals. And away we go. Pretty much got what I wanted with the gloves of Gambit, so I'm good to move on. But every character in ARMS had kind of their own unique thing that they had going for them. And what she had is that she was a practiced martial artist. I mean, so is Ninjara, to be fair. Ninjala is something completely different. Which I'm hoping will be good, but I'm not sure will necessarily replace Splatoon in my heart as the wacky, colorful multiplayer online game. And that was an easy fight. I'll just charge. I'm gonna take it just because it's gonna make sturdy wooden easel all the better. And who knows, it might have some other use. And it's not gonna benefit from gloves of Gambit, but oh well. Ha! You fool. You thought you could outwit the imperious forces of planet Spaceball, huh? Well, you were wrong. You're my prisoner now, and will be held captive until such time as all of the air is transferred from your planet to ours. I told y'all I knew the entire script of that movie. And yet I feel embarrassed because I'm pretty sure I got a part of that line wrong. Token of Elegance is beautiful, we'll take that. I don't have a use for the bunny ears. Fuzzy hand warmers might be okay, same with Caddy's bubblegum. But we'll see what else is available. Who knows, maybe... I was about to call her Charlotte, what? Wait, who the hell is Charlotte? Darkseid, you always get women's names wrong? Shut up. And no, I usually don't. So, what makes her different is that she's more of a practitioner of Kung Fu and not ninjutsu, so what she brings to the table is that her special ability allows her to essentially parry enemy attacks with her special kicks. Something that the characters in ARMS typically don't have access to, just because, you know, it's more of a special boxing game. in that respect, it's kind of like Punch-Out in, you know, in a way. It's like Punch-Out with special stringy arms and some beautiful assets, if you know what I'm talking about. Immaturity. I am, of course, talking about Twintell, who's, as far as I remember, I could be wrong about this, was not only one of the higher-tiered characters in the game, but also particularly popular, just, well, for obviously stated reasons. Alright, so what am I willing to give up in order to take antiquated, yeah, in order to take this thing? Everything that I'm not willing to give up, I am dropping. I can't get there to get rid of that. There we go. Aaron, a lovely plus 15. Alright, so looking pretty powerful now, and now that I know exactly how Adorable Mimic works, I'm definitely more likely to take it. It's just a straight up boost, and all you have to do is give up some of those relics that you're not really using. Which is a godsend for me, because I almost never find Cremire when I actually have the ones I want to get rid of. So, hey, works out for me. I see you there, scimitars. You think you can just taunt me with your beautiful method of control and... Your rapid hits, your strength. Okay, yeah, I want it. Not 100% sure I'm going to be using it on this floor, but you know what? I'll be using it more than Earthen Aegis. What was that you were just saying about sturdy wooden easel? Trust me, it's already been coming in helpful. But I don't need to rely so heavily on sturdy wooden easel when I have greater control over the battlefield. Haha, didn't think about that, did ya? The game is absolutely in love with Strafe Archer right now, oh my goodness. Yeah, I wasn't even able to get gibbledy-goobbledy-gobbledy-goobbledy. I wasn't even able to get one of the original summons just because everything was going all over the damn place. Ugh, annoying. So, what essentially that kick parry allowed Min Min was a level of defense that most of the other characters didn't have. And it's not to say that no one else had a means of defense. Springman had this thing where, as he was getting low on health, he had this mechanic going for him where he would suddenly get stronger. I believe it was touted as him springing back. Once again. Ah ha 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 ha! So clever! Ribbon Girl actually got to jump in the air multiple times. Twintell had a fantastic booty. I mean, she could, if she dodged just right, she could temporarily... Oh, she slowed down time while she was charging up one of her punches. She also very distinctly did not have the springy arms of the other fighters. Instead, she found a way to get her hair to do that. So it's like taking the concept of Bayonetta and putting it into Punch-Out, I guess. I wish you weren't broken. Still gonna pick you up, though. Lean back in the chair. Yes, this chair is starting to creak a little bit too, but it's because I lean back in it a lot. Now, the character that everyone thought would make the most sense was Springman, but he was already in the game via assist trophy. So, the question was quickly becoming, okay, so can assist trophies that are currently in the game transcend that status and become full-fledged fighters? And it looks like we just found out today the answer is no. Get swapped. Damn it! This is not a fun room when you have, oh yeah, kind of an awkward build. So, no Springman. A lot of people wanted Twintel for obvious reasons, but no Twintel either. What we got was Min Min, who, and if you're looking at it just strictly in a bubble, she's one of the 3 attractive female characters in the game. I don't count Lola Pop in that because she's a clown. Oh, do you have a problem with clowns? No, I don't. Largely. I'm not gonna lie. I think after Stephen King's It, we all have a minor problem with clowns. Complete miss. There we go. The old keep away from me method works every time. Prismatic Vambrace increases elemental resistance to a limit. Well, that's not going to be very helpful against Sura. Lame. Alright, moving on. Hi, birds. But for my money, I do think Min Min makes the most sense, just because she's not only just an arms fighter, but also a practicing martial artist. And yes, you can say the same thing about a lot of the other fighters, but I mean, like, practicing a more traditional martial arts style. Yeah, she practices kung fu on top of having the stretchy arms. So I think it just kind of stands to reason that, you know, why not put her in a fighting game? Well, I mean, all of them are in fighting games, and it's not like they would be the only boxers present. And whereas you're correct, I do think Min Min just makes the most sense. She's one of the characters that everyone latched onto, and I don't know if it's just because she's a pretty blonde or what the deal may be, but I do think it's the character that the director of the ARMS design team wanted in the game, and you know, it's what Sakurai even said as much. So I think that's kind of one of the bigger deciding factors. Also, I'm sure Nintendo would love to market this fighting game that came out like at the beginning of the Switch's life. And they would love to have more people playing it, probably. Now, I will go on record as saying I liked the concept of the game. I just thought it kind of fell a little flat. More movement speed. Yes, let's make everything more awkward. But yeah, I rather liked ARMS. I thought the concept was really interesting and it was really interestingly done. I just also thought that it was a little bit awkward to have a fighting game controlled almost entirely through motion controls. And whereas yes, you could control the game via traditional controls, there were strategic and competitive advantages to controlling the game via motion controls that I just don't think I was completely down for. And once understanding that this is a fighting game whose advanced mechanics I really didn't understand, I decided to give the game a break, and not gonna lie, I haven't been back to it yet. And again, it's not for hating the game. I love the idea that the game has seen continued support. We got new characters, new stages for whatever good that did, new weapons. The game was supported, and I think that's a wonderful thing. I think actually getting an interesting new game idea at this point in time is rare, and for it to be Nintendo coming up with a new IP, that's even rarer. Normally, they're plenty happy just to bank on nostalgia and their vast library of IPs, but with them being the ones to actually come up with the new idea, and it occupied kind of the same space as Splatoon for me in that regard, in that it was something that was new, it was trying to redefine an idea. It had its issues. And to be fair, Splatoon had and still has its issues. But I will defend Splatoon all the way until the end of time, because it did something very interesting for a modern shooter. It not only was shooting the way to win the game, but it's also how you increase your movement. And I could talk about that forever and ever, or at least for a little while. But I think if I do that, I'm going to do it as its own talk about games video and leave it at that. But yeah, the big news is Min Min is getting into Smash. She's coming on June 29th. And I look forward to seeing what she's all about. I mean, she definitely outranges most of the cast, but it looks like that range comes at the cost of some attack speed. But her other attacks sure seem interesting, so I look forward to seeing what she brings to the table. There's a lot of people saying she looks OP. I'm not 100% sure I agree with that, but we'll see what happens when the time comes. I think what it's gonna be is that a lot of people aren't going to be used to her because she's the new kid on the block, and have therefore not formulated a ton of strategies for how to handle her. And she's not even in the game yet, so let's not jump the gun here and say that she's overpowered, but I rambled long enough. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate the continued support. Spread the word. Let people know there's someone here who's playing and not only an underserviced game, but loves to just have a conversation. I think in these troubled times, that's really what we need, is someone who's willing to have an unbiased conversation. So again, I appreciate all of you, and you will see me again in another video very soon. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I will be seeing you.